What is up? So, as you can see, Senya is at the table. Man, a lot of us were hyped about her. This video is going to be a little different than normal. I actually decided, I'll show you. I got her to 5-star, and I ended up pulling a dupe. And I mean, I literally need just to make one more deal and I could 6-star her. But the issue I'm having is I'm just not sure if I want to do that right now. Many of y'all probably already did, and then you're kind of like, eh. I mean, you go in here, and her hero rating is 3.8. You know? I mean, I'm like, don't send your pool counts, send your builds, right? Like, I mean, the unit is kind of tough, because, like, you look at her skills, and you think, okay, this would be really cool. She can do a lot of cool stuff. With certain units, that would be great. But there's just not a lot going on. My stats, as you can see, I went with like a lifesteal set and immunity set. I was messing around with that. And I don't have the best gear, obviously. Still working on getting good gear after almost 3 years for a lot of units. And her health in defense is like low here. Her attack's built really high. And, I mean, it just doesn't seem beneficial. So why you're here is you're like, hey, I'm having trouble with my Senya. How do I build her? What do I do? How do I make her useful? Is she meta? Or is she just trash, garbage? Do we need to Senya back to the bench? You know, enough of the puns, right? So Elbrus is a great artifact. So that is one you would definitely want to use on her, because she's going to counterattack, blah, blah, blah. But the real issue is the gear. How do you build her? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't really have the gear to do it right now because it's on another unit and I don't want to switch it. And, you know, I barely got any gold left. I've been messing around with all kinds of units recently. So just follow me here for just a minute. You want to get, let me show you. We'll just go up to someone who's got some gear here. Okay, so, well, that's not the gear I was looking for. But anyways, so you look at like speed and health. That's one thing. You can make her fast and give her a bunch of health, and that would be great. But at the same time, you need to have some effectiveness. Now, why you need the effectiveness, if I can get back to Senya, okay, is because of her first skill, the provoking thing. You see, it has a 65% chance. Then it goes up to 75, okay? That's not great, but it's not terrible. But the thing here is that the counterattacking, okay? And that goes up with 85%, and then you get another 15 at 4, and that makes it 100%. So you're relying on her skill 3 to have 100% to counterattack. You know, well, I mean, decrease hit chance and all that, but she should be counterattacking. But you want to get her random buffs going as well. So the idea is that she's provoking units with her S1 after she's got a counterattacking stance. So she's counterattacking, provoking these units into hitting her and causing, you know, Indomitable Spirit and then your random buffs and keeping your party going with random buffs, which is great and at the same time terrible because you might get some random buffs that really don't help you out. That goes back to Elbrus, because if you're counterattacking, you know, a lot, you're going to be hopefully causing some provoke and things of that nature and getting those units to attack you. With that said, she's, I don't know, if you don't build her with any real thoughts in mind to do damage, then she's a good support unit. And that's what we're going to have to be looking at unless she gets a buff. If you want her to get a buff, we're going to have to go in there and turn her score rating like down really low. There may be other videos out there I haven't seen yet or something where people maybe caught on to some way to build her and team comps that work really well. But from my understanding of her as a unit, she's okay, but she's not meta in any way. If you put her on a defensive standpoint, like your arena team, or you put her in Guild Wars, all anybody has to do is attack all your other units and leave her for last. And then they're just going to eventually annihilate her. She's not going to do enough damage to harm your team. So defensively, she's just not going to be worth it in my opinion. As an offensive unit, when you're attacking another team who's being controlled by the AI, she could be very useful because the AI is like, you know, oh, I'm just going to attack her because that's what, you know, my RNG dictates today. Or they do a AoE attack. So I'm sorry that I really wanted to do a video on her. I was excited for her and stuff. I mean, I pulled a dupe, I got her artifact, and then I realized this isn't going to work. You can't overload her with a bunch of attack because you're just not going to get as much damage out of it as you think. So that doesn't work in your favor. You could put all this high attack gear on somebody else and get crit damage and crit rate and do phenomenal damage, as opposed to having her with like 5k, 6k, 7k attack if you can reach it and not being able to crit. So the attack and the crit is just a waste in my opinion at this point, because she can't do it. So just forget attack and just look at things like speed, health, and effectiveness, and work on party comps or things in that nature which are going to be utilizing her counterattack, S3, and the decreased hit chance, especially with evasion units. Like if you put Rylet on a team, what's his name? Shit. Remnant Violet. Yeah, Remnant Violet. Sorry about that. I keep calling him Rylet because of the people in my Discord abbreviate everything. So Remnant Violet. Put him on a team. Say you put Cartusia in there, to help him out, and then for Guild Wars or something, and then say you had her. Now remember, you're attacking, not defending. I don't know if that would work still. But and as a defensive stance, if she were to actually decrease everyone's hit chance by 50%, those people are going to be attacking you and hopefully with RNG in your favor and with high evasion, and they're just going to sit there and get him procced to sit there and annihilate the team, especially with buffs and things of that nature. But that's what we're looking for today, is team comp builds, ways to use her, things that are going to be effective. If not, like I said, send her back to the bench. I mean, I don't know. I really wanted to work on her, but now I think I'm just gonna leave her on the bench for now, and hopefully we get a buff for her or something that makes her a little more useful. I thought of something the other day, and I told my Discord about it. I'm not gonna mention it right now. And my buddy Odoril, Smallfish on YouTube, he does videos for all kinds of games. Anyway, I had mentioned what I had thought, and he was like, "That would be OP," and I was like, "It would be pretty OP. It would make her pretty amazing, but it could be so amazing that it might be, I don't know, it'd have to be done right, or otherwise she would be broken in Guild Wars and things of that nature." But anyways, I hope this video somehow helped you out with ideas of what you want to do with her. Maybe take my advice and focus on, like I said, health, speed, and effectiveness, getting her to do her S3, and then the ability to sit there and, provoke units, and that may work in your favor in an offensive stance. Defensively, that could maybe work. I'm not still 100% sure, as I haven't been able to test it. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I can do a better video for you soon. Maybe ML Karik in the future or something that nature. Anyways, take care. I'll see you on the next one.